Welcome to Learning Radius. Welcome to Learning Radius Current Affairs 2020-21. In this video, we'll be discussing next 10 topics of environment ecology. And in this discussion, we'll be discussing International Day of Forests, World Water Day, 6 tigers missing in Ranthambore, Delhi is the most polluted capital city globally, Project Rehab, gregarious bamboo flowering in WWS a threat to wildlife, Seabuck plantation in Himachal Pradesh. 3-member expert panel took stock of turtle conservation, the draft coastal zone management plan, and the Simlipal forest fire. The first topic of discussion is International Day of Forests, a basic GK. United Nations observes March 21 as the International Day of Forest, commemorating the green cover around the world and reiterating its importance. The theme of the International Day of Forests for 2021 is Forest Restoration, a path to recovery and well-being. The restoration and sustainable management of forests help address the climate change and biodiversity crisis. It also produces goods and services for sustainable development, fostering an economic activity that creates jobs and improves lives. This year's themes fit into UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration, a call for the protection and revival of ecosystem around the world. So that is, this year's theme fit into the UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration 2021-2030, a call for the protection and revival of ecosystem around the world. The United Nations observes March 21 as the International Day of Forest, commemorating the green cover around the world and reiterating its importance. Now, the background is the United Nations General Assembly proclaimed 21 March the International Day of Forest in 2012 to celebrate and raise awareness of the importance of all types of forest. Countries are encouraged to undertake local, national, and international efforts to organize activities involving forest and trees, such as tree planting campaigns. Next discussion is World Water Day. World Water Day, held on 22nd March every year since 1993, focus on the importance of fresh water. The theme of World Water Day 2021 is Valuing Water. World Water Day celebrates water and raises awareness of the 2.2 billion people living without access to safe water. So that's again a GK related to World Water and World Water Day and what is it about. A core focus of World Water Day is to support the achievement of Sustainable Development Goal 6, Water and Sanitation for All 2030. So all Sustainable Development Goals as such is very, very important. In the Sustainable Development 4, which is about education, that is also significant. Here the World Water Day celebrate water and raises awareness of the global water crisis, and a core focus on the observance is to support the achievement of Sustainable Development Goal, Water and Sanitation for All by 2030. On the day itself, the United Nations Water Development, United Nations World Water Development Report is also released, focusing on the same topic as the campaign and recommendation policy direction to decision maker. So here the discussion is about World Water Day, and it's on 22nd March every year since 1993. The theme of World Water Day is Valuing Water. World Water Day celebrates water and raises awareness of the 2.2 billion people living without access to safe water. It's also a main area to discuss about. Next one is 6 tigers missing in Ranthambore. So Ranthambore Tiger Sanctuary, as it is in discussion, that is in Rajasthan. 6 tigers, 4 adults and 2 sub-adults have been uncounted for since March 2020 in the Ranthambore Tiger Sanctuary, Rajasthan. However, state forest officials are not willing to label them missing and denied report that they may have been poached. So here Ranthambore Tiger Sanctuary as it is in discussion, so there should be fundamental clarity regarding the same. The independent wildlife groups such as Tiger Watch have alleged that tigers have been missing for over a year and that negative human intervention being a cause could not be ruled out. So India has 2,967 tigers, a third more than in 2014. According to result of a census made public on July 29 last year, Ranthambore, according to this exercise, had 55 tigers. Madhya Pradesh has the highest number of tigers, 526, closely followed by Karnataka and Uttarakhand. Last year, UPSC asked the number of elephants compared to Karnataka and Kerala. So here, tigers, it is in Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka and Uttarakhand. And at the same time, Ranthambore Reserve, as per the latest census made public last year, Ranthambore Reserve is the only source of tigers in the territory with about 53 tigers constituting over 90% of the population in this block. And Ranthambore Forest Reserve consists of highly fragmented forest patches, ravines, river streams and agricultural land. So Ranthambore Reserve is significant from UPSC point of view. Next is Delhi is the most polluted capital city globally. That's a discussion. according to a report from IQ Air, a Swiss air quality technology company specializing in protection against airborne pollutants and developing air quality monitoring and air cleaning products. Delhi remained the most polluted city in the world, but India on the whole had improved its average annual PM 2.5 particulate matter level higher in 2020 than in 2019. So Delhi as a city is in discussion at the same time. Particulate matter PM 2.5 again in discussion. Why? Because India improved its PM 2.5 status or level higher in 2020 than in 2019. So you have to concentrate on the fundamentals of particulate matter too. Now next is Project Rehab. So reducing elephant human attacks, that is Rehab, REHAB. It is reducing elephant human attacks using bees. So as a part of innovation Project Rehab, boxes with bees were placed last month at 4 locations on the periphery of the Nagarpole National Park in Kodagu district of Karnataka. Under this initiative, bee boxes are used as a fence to prevent elephant from entering human habitation, thus reducing loss of lives and property. So it is about Project Rehab. Rehab is something very interesting, reducing elephant human attacks using bees. So as a part of innovation Project Rehab, reducing elephant human attacks using bees, boxes with bees were placed at last month at 4 locations on the periphery of the Nagarpole National Park in Kodagu district of Karnataka. Under this initiative, bee boxes are used as a fence to prevent elephants from entering human habitation, thus reducing loss of lives and property. So the complete sentence is reducing elephant human attacks using bees. The project is being implemented by Khadi and Village Industries Commission KVIC in a phased manner. It is a unique, cost-effective way of preventing elephant-human conflict without causing any harm to both. So the fundamental nature of rehab should be very clear. The innovation project rehab will soon be implemented in different states, including West Bengal, Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Assam, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. West Bengal, Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Assam, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala are major elephant-human conflict zones where it is planning to implement project rehab in a phased manner. Next is gregarious bamboo flowering in WWS, a threat to wildlife. The gregarious flowering of bamboo inside the Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary and the nearby Mudumalai Tiger Reserve and Gudalur Forest Division in Tamil Nadu may pose a threat to wildlife in the Nilagiri biosphere, a major tiger and elephant habitat. So, gregarious flowering of bamboo inside the Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary and the nearby Mudumalai Tiger Reserve and Gudalur Forest Division in Tamil Nadu may pose a threat to wildlife in the Nilagiri biosphere, a major tiger and elephant habitat. The bamboo groves in the Wayanad forest are the mainstay of herbivores in the Nilagiri biosphere during summer. With the advent of the season, migration of wild animals starts from the adjacent sanctuaries in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu to Wayanad. So that is about the flowering. So the gregarious flowering may adversely affect migration, especially by elephant, wild boar, and other lower herbivores, owing to the mass destruction of bamboo groves after the flowering. So that's about the gregarious flowering of bamboo inside the Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary and the nearby Mudumalai Tiger Reserve and Gudalur Forest Division in Tamil Nadu may pose a threat to wildlife in Nilagiri biosphere, a major tiger and elephant habitat. That's the discussion. So with the advent of the season, migration of wild animals starts from adjacent sanctuaries in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu to Wayanad. The bamboo groves in the Wayanad forest are the mainstay of herbivores in the Nilagiri biosphere during summer. So we should have an idea about all this biosphere reserve. At the same time, the bambusa bamboos, the thorny bamboo is a monocarpic flowering only once. Plant belong to the Poaceae family and its flowering cycle vary from 40 to 60 years. So what is the basic characteristic feature of thorny bamboo and what is the life cycle and the fundamentals related to bamboo should be clear. Next is Seabuck thorn plantation in Himachal Pradesh. The Himachal Pradesh government has decided to start planting Seabuck thorn in cold desert area of the state. The Union Ministry of the Environment, Forest and Climate Change asked the state to submit proposal for taking up such plantation, especially in the light of reduced water flow from Himalayan glaciers and its impact on ecology. The Seabuck will be planted on 250 hectares in the state over the next 5 years. So Himachal Pradesh government has decided to start planting Seabuck thorn in the cold desert area of the state. The Union Ministry of the Environment, Union Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change asked the state to submit proposal for taking up such plantation, especially in the light of reduced water flow from Himalayan glaciers and its impact on ecology. So what is Seabuck? It's a shrub which produces an orange-yellow colored edible berry. In India, it is found above the tree line in the Himalayan region, generally in dry areas such as the cold deserts of Ladakh and Spiti. In Himachal Pradesh, it is locally called charma and grows in the wild in Lahul and Spiti parts of Kanau. According to Seabuck Association of India, around 15,000 hectares in Himachal, Ladakh and Uttarakhand, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh are covered by this particular plant. So it's a shrub which produces an orange-yellow colored edible berry. It has widely used for treating stomach, heart and skin problems. In the last few decades, scientific research worldwide has backed many of its traditional uses. So it's having some pharmaceutical aid at the same time traditional use too. Its fruit and leaves are rich in vitamins, carotenoids and omega fatty acid among other substances and can help troops in acclimatizing to high altitude. So again, Seabuck thorn as a species, as a shrub is there in the discussion and there should be clarity. Next is a three-member expert panel takes stock of turtle conservation. A three-member panel constituted by Odisha High Court made a field trip to Gahirmada Marine Sanctuary here and assess the measures taken for the conservation of endangered olive ridley sea turtles. So a three-member expert panel as it is in discussion, and that is for Gahirmada Marine Sanctuary, and a three-member panel constituted by Odisha High Court made a field trip to Gahirmada Marine Sanctuary here and assessed the measures taken for the conservation of endangered olive ridley sea turtles. The panel comprising wildlife and environmental activist Kartik Shankar, Director, Environment Sushant Nanda and Advocate Mohit Agarwal. So here the significant point from UPSC point of view is Gahirmada Marine Sanctuary and olive ridley turtles as such is in discussion. So as an aspirant, you should have an idea what is Gahirmada is about, what is the relevance of Gahirmada, and what is the nature and character of olive ridley turtles. And I told about all this, that is Gahirmada and olive ridley turtles in the earlier videos too. So try to keep an eye on olive ridley turtles and the characteristic features of this particular species and the location Gahirmada. Next is the Draft Coastal Zone Management Plan. The Draft Coastal Zone Management Plan prepared by the National Center for Sustainable Coastal Management, Chennai, an agency approved by the center, has sparked a controversy in Goa after the draft met with criticism from locals, environmentalists and political parties. The discontent has been brewing over a number of issues, including the duration to respond to the draft, rezoning of beach areas and accommodating allegedly illegal construction. So the Draft Coastal Zone Management Plan prepared by National Center for Sustainable Coastal Management, Chennai, an agency approved by the center, has sparked a controversy in Goa after the draft met with criticism from local environmentalists and political parties. So the Draft Coastal Zone Management Plan is in discussion, and that is prepared by National Center for Sustainable Coastal Management, Chennai, an agency approved by the center, and there's a controversy going on in connection with the Draft Coastal Zone Management Plan. So that should be there in your mind. The Union Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change in a notification on January 6, 2011, 10 years back, stated that it wanted to secure the livelihood of fishing communities and other local communities living in the coastal areas, conserve and protect coastal structures, their unique environment and marine area, and promote development in a sustainable manner. So that's about the discussion. And the final topic is the Simlipal Forest Fire. The Simlipal Forest Fire is in discussion. The Simlipal Forest Reserve Area frequently witness forest fires during dry weather condition. According to the Regional Conservator of Forest Simlipal, Malath Mohan, a total 399 fire points have been identified in the fringe areas bordering the forest close to the village. Natural causes such as lightning or even soaring temperature can sometimes result in these fires, but forest officials and activists say most of the fires can be attributed to man-made factors, which dried leaves and tree trunks. Even a spark can lead to raging fire. So Simlipal Forest Fire is in discussions, or Simlipal as a location should be very clear in your mind. And Simlipal Biosphere Reserve, Simlipal, which derives its name from Simuk, that is silk cotton trees, is a national park and a tiger reserve situated in the northern part of Odisha's Mayurbhanj district. Simlipal and the adjoining areas comprising 5,569 square kilometer was declared as a biosphere reserve by the Government of India on June 22, 1994 and lies in the eastern end of the Eastern Ghats. Simlipal is the abode of 94 species of orchids and about 3,000 species of plants. It is having high biodiversity. The identified species of fauna included 12 species of amphibians, 29 species of reptiles, 264 species of birds, and 42 species of mammals, all of which collectively highlight the biodiversity richness of Simlipal. So Sal is a dominant tree in that particular region. That also should be there in your mind. So Simlipal Biosphere Reserve, the fundamentals should be very clear, because right now the discussion of the current affair as it is Simlipal forest fire. So that's all in this particular video, and keep watching the videos and try to have a clarity by watching analysis video. When you watch analysis video, you'll get an idea how UPSC frame questions from current affairs. So don't skip the environment ecology analysis video at the same time. Keep watching the series video. You're having the series right from national, international, environment, then to economy and to science and technology. So in the next video, we'll be going with the rest 10 topics of environment ecology. Calm version is the most productive version. Relaxedly watch and have an understanding about the current affairs and relate the current affairs with the UPSC standard too. So that's all for now. Have a great time. Meet you in the next video. Thank you. Thank you all.